you ever do that thing where you forget to start the show?
No.
Oh. Was it just me?
I've done the thing where it didn't end. Like one time some weird thing happened, it glitched, and I was stuck in here with someone, and you were gone, and we couldn't end it.
Oh my gosh.
And we were just like, cool, well, I guess everybody leave, because we can't end it.
Oh my gosh. Well, we do have a holiday show today. We thought we'd do some loaded questions, the official game show of the Backpack Show.
So
Hey,
it's
my
fun.
mother, Diane Brogan.
And Coach Woodard.
Hello,
So
Coach.
I spoke with Eric Poses, the creator of Loaded Questions. There is a new version of the game for adults. So it's like a
Oh.
little risque. I didn't choose anything too bad, don't worry. A little risque, but these are brand new, never before seen Loaded Questions. There is also a 26th anniversary edition of Loaded Questions that you could get.
Look at Chloe's here. She loves your hair, Kerry.
Oh, thank you. That was my baby girl. Wanted to try space buns, but her hair's not long enough yet. So I was up for it.
Hey, you know what we should
Hello.
also do?
Hi everyone, Tim Kitzer from NBA Jam and NFL Blitz, welcoming you to The Backpack Show. Your hosts, Chris Brogan, Kerry Gorgone, Boom Shakalaka.
Backpack Show.
It's a weird mix.
I heard the holiday music still, yeah. Oh, well, good job, StreamYard. What are they? We're sponsored by StreamYard. You can get your own.
So we are. Play your own holiday music along with your video bumper.
Along with your video, yeah. Why not? Castos.com. This is like
for
a slowed down-
podcasting.
Yeah, it's podcasting something. I don't know. Hey, want some dot online? You can get some.
Get your discount. Enter the code Chris in all caps to get your .online domain for just $1, friends, for a whole year.
That is awesome. Hi, John Knowles. Happy holidays to everybody. We're celebrating with you, no matter what it is. This is Candle 6, tonight being Candle 7 of Hanukkah. This is nothing for all our Muslim friends. This is nothing for all our Hindu friends. Buddhists, we get to celebrate all the holidays, F you. And for those Christian types, this is the night before Christmas. So, hey,
Troy is lurking.
Troy, lurking. Good morning, Troy.
Hi, Amy. So I have to thank
Hi,
Annette
Amy.
Mason for sending me chocolate. I said something on the last show about how I wanted more chocolate. She sent me some.
Like a crunchy, crispy kind of chocolate could it have
It
been?
was, well, this was salted caramel, but you know what? I'll take it.
Mm.
Still really good.
Annette Mason may have sent me a holiday card too. It was great. It was a personalized one with like her and her man.
Did it have chocolate?
I mean, yeah, she includes the chocolates. Annette knows, I think, what makes me tick. I'm gonna.
So
knock
the
this music
plan for today, such as it is we were going to talk about journaling, because that's something that you've been doing a lot this year and that I want to pick up, even though I've never actually consistently done it. And we have these brand new, never before seen loaded questions that I feel like we have to share with the world. So if you want to play those with us, or if you want to talk about journaling, join us. We're using a bit.ly link today for reasons I can't explain.
I can't talk to you about it.
It's bit.ly/join Brogan, lowercase. I did all lowercase because I hate when the case gets in the way of people being able to just
So
like.
if you want to join us, get camera ready, get on this thing.
Hello.
Hey,
You
Leslie,
don't even have to get camera ready. Just like
pajamas.
don't
is
comb your
fine.
hair. It's fine. As long as you sound good. Like if your microphone
That's
sounds
true.
good, we don't care how you
That's
look.
That's true.
I can't believe we're here again. It went so fast. The year
It
went
really,
so fast.
22 is a banger of a year.
I had barely I loved my 3 words for last year.
Mhm.
And I was still using them. So switching to new ones for 2023 is it's always hard. Like I have to let go of these because I liked them a lot.
Yeah, so we did our My 3 Words exercise over on Rob Hatch's Owner Media Group event, and we picked out some ones for people. I've been getting lots of private messages. Someone asked me the question, are your DMs full of people kind of running their 3 words by me? And I said, oh yeah, they are. And I'm here for it. I love
I
it.
thought you were going to say no. I'd be surprised, but I mean, that would be the surprising answer. That's where I thought your newsy story was going. But
Sorry, no, I'm here for it. I love
that's
it.
got to be hard though. So after years of doing it, you kind of know what works and what doesn't just from having tried it all. So when people come to you and you're like, oh, here we go again with this thing, it must be exhausting. Don't choose focus, you guys.
Right, focus. Yeah. So it's not hard if they're newer to the process and they've stumbled into it. What's hard is when people say to me, I heard what you said, I'm going to ignore you. And I'm always like, well, you can, and it's totally fine. I just have so much anecdotal proof that it's not going to work out for you. So it's all good. Yeah.
So go ahead and ignore me, but I'm telling you it's not going to work. Hi, Debbie.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, you can ignore me. There's a great scene in The Fantastic Mr. Fox where he's asking advice from his lawyer, played by Bill Murray, and he says something about, I heard what you said, and I'm going to ignore you, and I'm going to do it anyway. And then they get in a big fight. It's the famous cussing fight.
You can always tell. You can tell when people are going to ignore you.
So do we want to do journal first and then the questions, or questions first? I feel like the questions would be more fun. I don't know. What do you think?
The questions would be more fun, probably. Yes.
All right. Why don't you ask a question? I dropped something on the floor, so go ask a question.
Okay. Okay. This will be a fun one. So these are from the Loaded Questions adult version, which is brand new, never before seen. I chose some of the less risque ones. Thank you, Eric Poses, for sending me the game. What would other people be surprised to find out that you enjoy? So what would other people be surprised to find out that you enjoy? Debbie wants to wear her hair like mine. Thanks. I asked. My teenage daughter told me how, so wanted to try it with her hair, and her hair's not quite long enough yet. So here we are. But the question is, what would other people be surprised to find that you enjoy? Well, there's a long list. They're not all like suitable for 9 a.m. So let me think. I watch trash TV sometimes. Like, I don't know, not consistently enough to tell you the names of characters or people that you see and stuff, but I've watched like 90 Day Fiance, just complete garbage, just to kind of turn my brain off. I love horror movies, like really gory, awful. I mean, awful, like they stick with you, like horror movies as stress reliever. I'm super into that. John Knoll says texting, like apparently he likes texting a lot, and people would be surprised to learn that he likes texting. What about you? What would people be surprised to learn that you're into? PG-13.
My mom is on this show. I'll tell you something that I just started getting into, and it is purple. I am into the color purple all of a sudden. I don't know what happened. I just I had all these blue things, and one day Vince stole one of my shirts. So then I stole one of his shirts, and then I was like, this is cool. It's like purple polka dot or something. So I wore it to an event, company event. And I was like, I am here for this purple. And that was it. I was hooked. So yeah.
Now you're into it.
I bought a purple hat. I have a new purple scarf coming. I'm pretty happy. Purple Christmas tree.
Oh, sweet.
Kind of came.
So when you're over it, you're going to be like sad though, because then you'll have all this purple stuff.
Yeah. Me and Prince.
What else would people be surprised to find out that you enjoy? Anybody in the comments, I mean, participate with us, or you can just like hop right in here with us if you want to.
You can join us live.
bit.ly/join Brogan, all lowercase, if you want to play Loaded Questions with us. So people be surprised that you enjoy. Let us know. But in the meantime, I'm going to take up one that's a little more risque. Are you ready? Here we go. Buckle up, friends. If you hired a dominatrix, what would be your safe word?
Oh, I love it.
I would pick something that would totally like rip you out of the moment, like Jerusalem or something.
Oh. Wait, is you hit like a girl a pretty good safe word?
Like keep going? No. I don't think those work.
More, please. Yeah.
John says the horror genre is enjoyable, going back to what I enjoy, which are horror movies. Yes! Such a good stress reliever. So if you hired a dominatrix, what would be your safe word? Now, you don't necessarily have to hire a dominatrix. You could get hit by somebody you know. I mean, whatever. The point is, what would be your safe word?
I think it should be a financial dominatrix like Mistress Harley that we had on the show.
She didn't even have a safe word, probably. It's like by then she has all your money. It's too late. It's too late.
Safe word's my pin.
Mistress Harley, the financial dominatrix, gets guys to give her all of their money by direct deposit and gives them back like an allowance. She gives them an allowance. Can you imagine?
No.
So you can participate in the comments with us if you want to play Loaded Questions and your camera ready, or like at least you sound good. You don't have to comb your hair. You can join us, bit.ly/join Brogan. But yeah, I feel like your safe word should be funny to just kind of like, because you have to diffuse that energy immediately. So I'm thinking Jerusalem or Boise or like I don't
I
know.
like
Something
those.
stupid.
I like those.
Something stupid.
I would sort of also appreciate maybe like a movie quote or something.
Oh, well, that'd be like a safe phrase.
Gonna need a bigger boat.
Not to get persnickety.
You're right. Okay, safe word.
Nobody wants to volunteer their safe
You know, it's
word.
one of the most common safe words, which I don't understand particularly why. Pineapple. Like I see that joke go around a lot. So maybe just writers' rooms have it.
Oh, Debbie Saviano's here.
Well, what a wonderful surprise.
We get to find
Debbie,
out.
Welcome on board.
Hi.
So now we need to know what would be your safe word. Things are getting intense. Somebody's like got a paddle or a whip or something. Oh, Debbie's like, I'm not telling you.
Want to tell us her safe
I
word.
don't blame her.
Yep.
Let's pick another one. Oh, I like this one. What would you put in an adult pinata? See these questions from Loaded Questions, the adult version.
What would you
There are
put in
some
an
that are a
adult
little more like.
pinata?
No, I'm using adult to mean like not a
And-
child.
Oh,
Not-
clownfish. Carl answered for us. Clownfish. That's his safe word.
Oh, clownfish is a safe word. Oh, that's a good one.
Great one. Unless
a
he means
good
to
one.
put clownfish in a pinata.
In the pinata.
Because then it's a horror pinata.
Well, I do like horror. That's true. Can you imagine the possibilities? So if you have an adult pinata, I'm thinking literally like for grown-ups, like nips or something, but they'd have to be in some kind of cushioned bottle
Right.
or they would break when they fell out.
Shattered glass everywhere.
Yeah.
Again,
Or
horror
maybe
pinata.
just like, you know how they can make candies that have bourbon in them or something, or like cherry cordials, like the original way have liquor. Maybe something like that won't break, but like is adult.
I like it.
I don't know.
Pinata.
Yeah, what would you put in your adult pinata?
Skydiving is my first answer when people found it out.
Oh,
My safe word would be Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Oh, very good.
she wants to make absolutely sure you stop hitting her. People just Chloe says Pikachu or Pop Tarts would be her safe word. Nice. Either one is a good choice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Small bottles of booze. Oh,
See, that's
God
what
knows.
I thought.
Money. All
Dude,
right,
well,
Debbie's
plastic bottles wouldn't break.
Yeah,
So
you're
maybe
right.
that's a good idea.
Hi,
Money.
Debbie.
Money could get
Welcome on
ugly.
back.
Hi, Debbie.
I
So
got cut off.
what would you
Oh,
put in an adult pinata?
I'm going for the plastic liquor bottles, and they do have plastic ones. 'Cause
They
I have
do.
quite a few.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they
Well,
have
he's-
little mini ones.
If you still have them, that's a sign you don't have a problem.
Oh, I have the big bottles, so I don't need
There
them.
you go.
They're there for crisis situations.
Happy
Bigger
holidays,
celebrations.
Debbie. Thanks for joining us for some adult loaded questions. There's actually a 26th anniversary edition of Loaded Questions out as well with the greatest hits. I think it's so funny because it's like, oh no, we missed the 25th. Don't worry, we'll release a 26th anniversary edition. I love
Oh,
that.
Debbie, I'm
Spirit.
going to have a question for you, but Jamie Beers added a safe word, Kelly Clarkson. Um,
Jamie Burse. I knew
Burse,
him in
sorry. Why do
school.
we say Beers? Jamie Burse.
Oh,
Sorry.
it happened. I'm sure that's a lifelong struggle for him.
Sorry, Jamie. You know what's funny about the Kelly Clarkson thing? So I went to, I've gone to my cardiologist for 2 different tests fairly recently, and every time they have to shave my chest hair to put the sensors on, but they only shave where they're going to put the sensors on. So I have like the mana lantern going. It is a mess down there. Debbie, here's a question for you. What's kind of a fun thing that happens in your traditional holiday? Is there any particular thing that you've carried on for years and years that like it wouldn't be the season without it?
Well, we do the sweaters, and I'm wearing mine today. Yeah.
Oh, me
We
too.
do the we do
Love
the crazy shirts and sweaters. Yeah. So, yeah, and sometimes they get kind of an adult version, Kerry. Yeah. Not
check it out.
mine. Not
Yeah,
mine.
mine. Get a little. I like the sequins, but they do get a little scratchy.
Is
But I
there a
like holidays
food
better.
that we eat or a drink that we drink that we only would bring out around Christmas time?
Because Phil's Italian, we do the sauce with the squid and all that stuff in it, and I don't even know the name of it, but yeah, that's a huge thing. We've done that every year for too many years to mention. Yeah, for sure.
At least 3. At least
Yeah,
3.
at least three. At least three.
The 7 fishes.
Come and join us in the studio. bit.ly/join Brogan, all lowercase. My parents had that Crown Royal in the stuff, and I only ever saw it at Christmas. I was never like, oh boy, there it is. I just remember noticing it. So Jamie made this series of
Yeah,
emojis.
All because of
John
me and
says promotions for your favorite local restaurants.
Oh, that's cool.
You can go in your adult pinata. Ibuprofen and icy hot, says Carl.
Nice.
That's so freaking depressing.
And then
And
knee
also,
wrap.
I feel seen.
Kind of accurate. Debbie, what's the big plan for 2023? I know that you had quite a transition year in 22. What's the go forward for 23?
I did. You know, it's so funny, y'all, because I love teaching. I love the courses. I mean, my background's education. So I'll probably do more courses. I've done that, and I actually have 2 ready to go. So I'll probably go that route. Our granddaughter Macy, we live on a property, and she has horses and barrel racer, and she's getting ready to start her business. So I know I'll be helping with that. But I think I'm going to go back to courses. I love the teaching aspect of it, and I enjoy that. So probably the teaching. I shouldn't say probably. That is not very definitive, is it?
Not very manifesty.
Teaching. That's what I'm doing. Courses. I want to own it.
Debbie, I do have a question. Where is some fun place to be trapped with someone you're attracted to?
That's a good one. A cave. Don't ask me why I said a cave. I would never go in a cave because I'm too claustrophobic. But I don't know. I came up with a cave. It's probably Hey, I have to tell you something fun. So I'm a huge alien person, all the alien con stuff and everything. I watch all that stuff. And if you want to know anything about aliens, come here because I can probably answer it for you.
Like UFOs and stuff?
Oh, big time. All the paranormal. Yeah, all the paranormal. So Alien Con is going around the country, and they are coming to Dallas, Fort Worth. And that's the Christmas present film I gave each other, like $500 tickets or something ridiculous. But I don't care. I got the whole thing, the VIP and everything. So we're going to do that. I think it's in April. No, it's in January.
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah. So I'll have to take pictures and share.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love
it.
it.
Fun. So you could be trapped in like one of those, like a UFO.
Right. And just related to that.
Oh my God. You and your art, your AI
I
art.
asked Dolly to draw me Santa, but he's an alien. So there you go. There's Santa alien.
I love Dolly, Chris. I am hooked on that thing. It is the most.
I try to stay away from it.
Oh my gosh, it's addictive.
Oh, it really is.
That's why, though.
It really is.
So I'm thinking an elevator because it would be fun for a couple of seconds, but then like if you decide you're maybe not as attracted to them as you thought, it'll be over like pretty soon, and you'll be able to get out.
Can I say something though, Kerry? What if you're attracted and the door opens?
Oh.
Then you can always in the course of that time you have together, have charmed them into either meeting a second time or else, meeting on purpose
More
one
going
time.
as adult version as I was.
Or talk about I'm looking for a new coffee place or something. So you can find out where they go and you can just be there. So have it all worked out.
Maybe went a little further into the experience.
Yeah, into the scenario for sure.
I see.
You're gonna need that safe word, Debbie. You're gonna need it.
Well,
I won't hog the screen. I'll go and let others jump on. I just want to say hi. I do want to say one thing, y'all. I don't know if you remember, but last year when you did this, I met Deanna Shaws because she came on as well and became friends. I did a bunch of stuff with her, her book and everything. So you meet the coolest people here. So other people should jump on because you never know who you're going to meet. So love y'all. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Love you too. Bye, Debbie. Take good care.
So your dad says belated good morning all. Irish Mist Liquor for Christmas.
My biological father, Steve Brogan.
So Steve Garfield of stevegarfield.com has a recipe for Irish Mist cake that is dynamite. So check that out. He posted about it years ago. It was like an old family recipe. It's freaking good.
Well, that makes me want to tell your family.
Hit the door close button, says Deb. So if you're there with somebody you like, just don't let them out. I feel like that's false imprisonment.
So no, my one year, one of my cousins, I think it was Lori, decided to make some strawberry daiquiris, and they were kind of working on perfecting the recipe, getting the right amount of liquor in it and all that sort of thing. And my dad was one of the test subjects.
Oof.
And we didn't really realize that he was one of the test subjects until several daiquiris later. I think shortly after Grace, he went right into the old mashed potatoes face first.
God.
It popped up with his glasses covered in potato. It is burned into my mind forever. So.
My mom used to drink brandy Alexander's, rarely. On the very rare occasions either of my parents drank, my mom would drink brandy Alexander's. And it was hilarious. After about 25 minutes of that, my dad would have rosy cheeks. My mom would be more talkative than I've ever seen her. It was, that's what makes the holidays special, everybody.
Liquor.
Liquor. Seeing people in scenarios you don't normally see them in. So, hey. So do you want to talk journaling?
I do want to talk journaling. I do have one question that I hope everyone can throw an answer on. I know we're a little quiet today. All our little viewers are, I don't know, hiding, leaning back.
They're regular size.
Doing other stuff. What's a holiday song that you love so much, and is there any particular reason why? Because I went for a lot of years where I just couldn't even listen to holiday music, and I am back with a vengeance. So I'm curious, what's your favorite?
I always like the Waitresses Christmas rapping, because it's not even really about Christmas. It's like
Right.
about dating, basically. And it's just kind of a bop, as the kids say. I like that one. And I'm not sick of it yet. Like, I've gotten sick of a lot of them over the years. I also really like this one called Elf's Lament, which is about like working conditions for elves. And I want to say it's Bare Naked Ladies. But yeah, it's like basically about them wanting to protest and tell Santa about their working conditions and like make change at the North Pole.
Oh my golly, I love that. Sleigh Ride is definitely one of mine. White Christmas, Bing Crosby. Oh, Bing Crosby's version is the right one too. Sleigh Ride's one of my favorites, and it's my little brother's fault. We went to see my uncle and aunt play it live with their little gang, and there's that part where there's like a whip sound because, you know, giddy up, let's go. Look at the show. And there's only like 2 whip cracks in the whole song. But the way my brother did it, then it goes, and then it's supposed to go right there. He goes, ow, and I was like peeing myself laughing. That was the funniest thing I ever heard. My brother,
It's
once
pretty
again, one of
good.
my favorite comedians in the world.
It holds up pretty good.
Yeah.
There's also a couple good ones in the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. So if you haven't checked that one out, there's some good ones in there.
It's a fine feature film.
I think so too. Oh, Heatmeister. Yeah, those are some good ones.
White Christmas.
Yeah. So I was taking a walking tour of Portland, Maine, and I forget how it came up, by the way, but somebody knew about one of those. I was like, oh dang, what was the name of that guy? Burgermeister. And another person was like, Burgermeister, Meisterburger. Like, they knew. I think so. I'm sad that the kids won't have all those same references that we had, because it's such a unifying force. The claymation holiday specials.
Oh my gosh, they were something else.
Jamie says, Merry Christmas, baby. Otis Redding is a classic.
Oh.
Jamie was a DJ, so a lot of musical chops there.
Yeah.
A chat happening. So, journaling?
Oh, yeah, journaling. Dang it. You know, I'm not as fast as I used to be here because I was getting ready to do this. But there's, you know, has anybody noticed that suddenly, at least on the Mac part of the world, we now have, when we go to save a graphic, it'll save it as a WebP, which like,
oh yeah, it's so annoying.
2/3 of apps don't know what a WebP is, so they're like, I don't know.
I know. So you have to convert it in like preview or something.
And
we could save journaling if you want to talk about something else.
No, I really do want to do what I'm doing, but
okay.
I was just
I left a couple of those
bit behind. So here, desktop, this.
You know, it's going to play whatever you're playing over. Oh, nice.
I just wanted to do that.
Now, which one are you?
That's a great question. Well, I like it when it's colder, so I guess I have to be the Snowmaster guy.
Same.
Yeah.
You can do something about it when it's cold. You can't really do a lot about it when it's hot, you know? You can only take off so many layers.
I can throw on a handful of sweaters, but I'm a big fatso, so like I hit a certain limit. All right.
Yeah, you don't want to get naked.
Journaling. I have maligned journaling for years and years and years. I've said the worst things about journaling, and
on video,
evidently, because you, I guess, went back and saw one of my videos where I said mean things. Oh, good luck, Debbie. Good luck. Get those nails handled. It was this year. It finally clicked in. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. I just kind of made that work out. And I want to stop my story for a minute because I like Jamie's comment so much.
A DJ booth is also a close space you want to be with someone you find attractive. It could be like the best thing ever, or it could be awful.
That's true.
I mean, you are trying to work.
Yeah.
If in his case.
Get off me.
Peel her off.
I finally did some journaling. Now, the thing is, so there's that argument of paper versus digital. There's that whole thing about What are you trying to use the journal for? Because saying journaling is like saying, you use a computer. You ever like talk to your relative or your neighbor or something like that? Oh, he uses the computers, which is the strangest statement in this world. But so I have a work journal that I use that is all digital. And the reason I have a work journal is because I sort of keep a log of the things that go on in my day. That way I can reflect back on things. I can report back on things. Hey, what happened? Or when did this teammate say this sort of thing? Or when did you have that first conversation with these people that you were a little grumpy with or whatever? It's things like that. Now, my paper journal, I'm doing two things with it. So I'm going to put it up to the camera. Let's see. Anything terribly illegal?
Anything juicy in there?
So I'm trying to make sure.
Oh, you like scrapbook?
Yeah, well, I'm going to get to that in a second too. So I've gone to a whole different level, and I'll explain that in a second. So my paper journal, I have the left side and the right side. The left side, upper top, is kind of, I use it for accountability. There's a bunch of things I'm trying to get done every day, which I'm not succeeding at that often, but I'm just going to keep doing them until I get the cadence going. And I also track my liquid intake because I'm evidently not super great at tracking, drinking as much as I should, keeping my fluids right. I then, on the right side, write whatever I want. Sometimes reflections, sometimes future thoughts. I'm really into the idea of manifesting your future. So sometimes I'll write as if it's already the future, and I'll talk about the things I'm doing right now, etc.
But you're not, like, they're things you want to be doing.
Right. They're not real. Okay. It's a future intention. So I might say, I'm living in my cool, I have this real fantasy of like buying a piece of land and throwing a 3-car garage on it, but it's not a garage, it's my house. And, just it's sort of like a giant loft because what do you know? I live in a giant loft. So I thought it would be kind of fun.
Check that box. Except it's not in the woods.
So I want it in the woods, and then I'll put some containers down, some for the other people in my life, and they can all just live in the containers. And some will be kind of over my sight line, so I don't actually see them until they show up. Others will be somewhere else. So
mine might be like drive through Paris in a sports car or something.
Yeah, but so I would write that as, if I'm in Paris today, I'm so excited. I did all the stuff that you're expected to do, but now I found this cool cafe and I feel so excited, or whatever. And that I think that's fun, especially because sometimes they do come true. And then I get really excited. I just think, oh my gosh, this happened.
I like that there's things sometimes that you never actually contemplated, but happen and are amazing.
Yes.
Like swimming in the Adriatic Sea. One time I got to do that. This deep blue water, deep enough for a cruise ship. I felt so like out there and unmoored. And it was so, I never had that even anywhere remotely on my wish list because I didn't know it was a thing to be wished for. So some things you can't manifest exactly, but you can manifest the kind of life where those things can happen.
Yeah.
So left side is like work and present, and right side is
stuff that I'm experiencing, reflections, some manifesting. So for instance, December 16th was actually Backpack Show without you. I think you were traveling or something. Wrote an amazing to me essay last night. It just shot out of me. It worked so well. I loved the feel of it. That was an essay I wrote for a possible future book. And then Dad, future thoughts. I was just about to think that. I have a friend, Chris Klaska. Chris Klaska said that exact sentence to us once while we were all hanging out. We were all like very witty, and he was not very witty. And so when he said I was just about to think that, it became an instant classic.
We used to call one guy a post-cog. Like, do you remember that Tom Cruise movie where the things could see the future? They were pre-cogs. This guy would always chime in, like right after we just wrapped up a conversation about something. And he'd be like, oh yeah, I think Chris Pratt is in a new movie. We're like, yeah, dude, we spent the last 5 minutes talking about it. So we called him a post-cog.
I love that.
Do you journal every day?
Yes, I do. First thing in the morning, because if I don't journal. And there's times when I don't get it. Like, so today, a day, I wrote, this was a busy AF day. So I only wrote about half of it. So, but
you never say busy. That's interesting.
Yeah, and I never do, but oh my gosh, it was such a day. And so right before that though, I wrote, I feel joyous about a holiday party. This is the first time I've had that sentiment in a while. I track my bedtime sometimes because I like to do that. And then so you mentioned about the scrapbooking kind of a sense. I bought a thing called the Kodak Step, and it's a kind of older thing, and it's a 2-inch by 3-inch printer that uses this paper called zinc paper, ZINK, which the ink is built into the paper. So you expose it in some magic way, and it makes paper. So these things are 2-inch by 3-inch.
So it's not putting ink onto it; it's just letting through the colors that are already there. Okay.
It, like, burns. I don't even know how. I literally don't know how that works.
Like coaching is bringing out qualities in people that are already there.
There you have it. So I'm coaching my paper to look like a diorama of the small town I live in the winter, although that's AI generated. So I'm using zinc through my Kodak Step to turn my AI things into actual prints, because I was lamenting the fact in my journal that I wish I could post in some of my AI stuff, because it'll tell me where my head is at certain days. So I found a way to do this. I'm reading this book that I love so much by this guy, Fernando Pessoa, called The Book of Disquiet. It's on a post. I posted, this is one of the 5 things that I really enjoyed buying in 22. And I just keep finding these passages that I love so much. So I cut them and put them in my book. So
you actually cut them out of the book?
Yep. I went out and I bought like scrapbookers, scissors, and glue, and I put them in the book because I don't want to go
throw
back.
the book away, because later on you can't like give it to someone and have big pieces missing.
Well, like, fuck a book, I'll just buy another one. That's what God bought Amazon for, So
busy ass day. Also a safe word I use.
I think that is true. I think that, so a blank day for me starts with the date. It starts with me writing down my little things I plan to track.
And those are always the same?
The tracking things, for the most part. I have 6 of them on the left side. One is, did I wake up at 5 a.m.? No. Did I get myself a coffee? Yes, I did. Did I read 20 pages today? No, because I was prepping for this show. Did I write in my journal? I wrote yes, but I didn't yet. 10 minutes of meditation. I am trying so hard to get better at meditating. It's like journaling for me.
I got the mirror for Christmas, the Lululemon mirror, and it has like 10,000 classes, including it has meditation and it has Tai Chi, which is, basically like meditation, but you're moving while you do it. So it's been a really good way to work in some of the things that I wanted to do and felt like I didn't have time to do, because it's just like right there and stupid easy. Chloe says, I'm so grateful you posted that on Twitter. I think the 5 things you bought this year that you were happiest with helped me with my last minute Christmas shopping. My feeling is always like, if you're walking around Walgreens at like 11 o'clock on, the night before Christmas Eve or whatever, trying to find the perfect thing for me, like, you don't have to. It's cool. Leslie says, I used to have the Kodak Easy Share camera and printer years ago, misprinting the pics. And they're having a little chat over in the
the old chat thing. I'm going to share really quick my little 5 things, just because, maybe you want them.
So your 5 things that you track every day because you're trying to have a streak, basically?
I'd love to get a streak. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to really instill the habit. So I track 6 things. Wake up at 5 a.m. Did I get coffee? Did I read 20 pages? I'm really failing that one still, because it feels like I struggle a lot with, is this productive? And I struggle a lot with, I'm going to go on my computer and look and see what people need from me. Journal. I hit that one every day. 10 minutes of meditation. Last one's gym. And my son Vince and my child Vince and I got to the gym a couple of times this week, which was good because I hadn't gone since one of my trips abroad. I also track my water intake on that page. And also I have one med that I have to take twice a day compared to all my other meds I just take once in the morning. And so I track that. So I'm going to share screen really quick. The 5 favorite things that I stuck up on my little tiny list on post.news, which is another new Twitter ripoff.
One of 17,000 Twitter alternatives.
I just like it better than Mastodon. It's the only reason. Anchor 735 plug. This is one of those, 2 USB-Cs and a USB-A. These things I use them every time when I travel. I have 2 of them. Crocs. I unironically fell in love with Crocs this year. I freaking love them.
That's it. I'm never going to be seen with you in public again.
Half embarrassed, but I'm not embarrassed. And then my Kodak Step that I bought, love it to death. the book Disquiet that I just talked about. And then the journal I'm writing in right now is a Lecterm 1917 A5 size with dots, so I can make all different kinds of shapes if I want.
Cool.
I almost never make any particular shapes.
You just
but
like the
that's it.
option.
I just like
Just like
dots.
having the option. I have a bullet journal, but I think I'm going to switch over because the bullet journal is, for me, I just needed to kind of gather all my work calendars and personal calendars and stuff in one place because I would just like miss things. Now I have 3 calendars. I have the calendar I use, chrisbrogan.com, the one I use for this, and then I have my personal one and I have my work one. And it was just like a lot of things. So, but it's all work, and then to like task and meeting stuff. It's not aspirations, and I would like time for aspirations.
Yes.
Room for aspirations in my journal.
One comment I got about the Kodak Zinc thing is it's like an old school Polaroid, and that is accurate. It is very much like an old school Polaroid. They have cameras. Kodak makes, and I think it could be Polaroid makes, like a camera like that where you shoot the pic and it pops right the hell out.
Yeah, I have one.
But I don't want that.
The name
Instax,
of it.
I think, is one of them.
Fuji for you because you want to print stuff like from your Dolly things.
On my robots.
Deb wants to know, does listening to an audiobook count as reading?
For sure. What do you say?
Yeah, of course. I mostly do audiobooks almost exclusively now.
Yeah.
There's something that feels really decadent about sitting down with a printed book because I can't do anything else at the same time. And it's great for actually getting the information in my head, but I'm a slow reader. And so even if I'm exclusively focusing on it, I'm not taking it in because I learn by hearing. So audiobooks just work better for me overall for a few reasons.
So listen to this. This is today's reading for the Book of Disquiet. I'm just going to read just one paragraph. It's a long paragraph, and maybe I'll read half of it.
Okay.
But it's so amazing that it just lands exactly on this.
Story time.
Story time with Chris. The magic power of words in isolation or joined together on the basis of sound, with inner reverberations and divergent meanings even as they converge. The splendor of phrases inserted between the meanings of other phrases, the virulence of vestiges, the hope of the woods, and the absolute peacefulness of the ponds on the farms of my childhood of ruses. And so within the high walls of absurd audacity, in the rows of trees and in the startled tremors of what withers, someone other than me would hear from sad lips the confession denied to more insistent parties. That was one sentence. There's something to it. There's something kind of fun to read something through. And audiobooks, though, you're such a Stephen King fan. I started trying to listen to some Stephen King, so I got Lisey's Story, and not knowing the first thing about it, I think, except that you said, I think that it's good.
It's one of my favorites.
Oh, okay. So I'm on it, and I'm only just getting to the sad, moment in the past, and I still have no idea where it's going to head, but it's been interesting. Stephen King does some things.
It inspired one of my words for 2022. Wellspring was actually Booyah Moon in that book, which is sort of like the creative source for the writer in that book. And you think for other writers and creative types as well, they don't really they don't say definitively, but you get the sense that it's like a universal sort of pool of inspiration.
So I wanted to go just through a couple quick things about journaling, by the by. Which is that I started going, Leslie likes it. Well, because she's from Maine, she's required to. I wanted to go through a couple more journaling things. I Googled right before this episode, hey, how do we, what do I not know? So, hey, Kyle, how are you?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Because I
like my mirror. I freaking love my mirror. For one thing, when you're not working out, it's just a mirror. So it's not like a Peloton bike taking up half your room. Just sitting there.
Oh, that is so smart. You're right. It's not like a closet. It's just like
it looks nice. It's like a mirror, and it looks nice, and but it's the tech's really, really cool.
It's an expensive spinach checker in between.
Yes, exactly. No, I love it.
Cool. All right.
Highly recommend.
A couple quick journal things, just to finish that little segment off. One is called reflective journaling. So one great way to use a journal is think about something that happened. What happened? What was the impact on you? What did you learn? What are the implications? So I like that. That's kind of interesting. Goal setting, of course. That's what a lot of people use journaling for. writing out what you learn. So I've been doing that with the AI stuff. So as I learn to ask better questions, the AI gives me better answers. So today I had to learn, I wanted to learn a little bit about Kubernetes, which is a technology. And I was like, I've been talking about it as if I know what it is, and I really don't. I feel like that Chris Pratt gif, the meme about like, it's been so long I've been doing this that now I'm afraid to tell anyone. So not the other one. So like I said to the Chat GPT thing, I said, hey, can you explain Kubernetes to me like I'm 5? And it did a great job. It was like, it's like if you had a whole bunch of toy cars and you kept each one in a special little box, and that something besides you was paying attention to which cars were in which box and if they were happy and all that sort of a thing. So, Dad listens to audiobooks at bedtime many times over and over again. And then he's saying whoa, but what he really means is sorrow. It was a poet saying sorrow, and they had a terrible lisp, so it was thorough. And it was a moment.
Good for them putting themselves out there.
Yes, exactly. Good for them. Faring their thorough. So ask yourself a question.
You're such a jerk.
I am. Asshole. One of my other favorite jokes. Thor. You would be Thor too with that thing. So anyway, ask yourself a question. What is the best thing that happened to me today? What did I experience? Where did I experience love today? In the alley.
Behind the RVs.
Right. What am I grateful for? Blurting out your emotions. So this is what I've done before. I've done a journal thing. Oh my gosh.
Jamie says, I have a journal someone got me called Things I Was Right About. It's Still Empty.
I'm on volume 2. I have such a thing about being right.
You really do.
I've had a couple of situations in the last couple of weeks related to work where I'm stabby about something, and I sort of have one of those jobs where it's like patient privilege or something like that. Like I can't really tell anybody about it because it's like it's intense and it's somebody's life and work and all that, and I'm grumpy. And so I was trying to figure out. I wanted to talk to an AI robot that would listen to me, but I haven't really gone back to look at Replica again, but I will. So I just wrote in my journal, and I wrote, this person really bugs me. Oh, so does this one. So does this one. Maybe I should just fire them all. And, after a while, like as I was reflecting and as I was writing out my grumpiness, I got less grumpy at least. So
it's very good.
It was a good, useful way to use a journal. No, so I want to end on that, end on the journal segment at least. I think the best way to use a journal is what you need in a given day and not to follow some kind of rigor or structure, because unless you're going to try to use it to reflect really intensely on some kind of progression, I think there's a real benefit to having it be like your companion.
That is what they say, that you should, when they say take your troubles to God, what they really mean is don't tell anybody that stuff. If you're going to complain that much, put it in your journal or call your mom or something. But don't bring it to work. Don't bring it to work.
Oh, yeah.
No.
That's for sure. I was going up, taking my troubles. There's a wheelbarrow.
Oh, fussy. I think you have to pick a person of the day, and I have no idea who it's going to be today.
That's a really good question.
It gets you a free apple. You just have to go and purchase it and wash it and bake it into a tartlet.
And here's our person of the day. Kaboom!
I never know who you're gonna pick.
I never know.
You're so unpredictable. You're so unpredictable. Oh, nice.
Burst.
That was a good life hack.
Mm-hmm.
The DJ booth.
Mm-hmm. So you are the person.
Congratulations! That gets you a free apple. Just go and buy it. Mm. You're welcome.
Did your Uncle Phil ever play some holiday shows? Is that a thing?
My Uncle Phil played all sorts of shows, but he had like 7 keyboards lying around his living room. He would just pull one out and start playing. Like you'd just be sitting there doing nothing at all. And he'd pull it out and start playing. It was actually really cool. Like it sounds like it'd be weird. But then this one Thanksgiving, he actually pulled it out the thing and put it on the table.